welcome to Focus on Finance. I'm your host, Melanie Parker. Focus on Finance is brought to you by the Consumer Education Division of the Right Legacy Group. I have with me today the Tanya Seabrooks of Hardin County.
Yes.
I say Hardin County, you are Radcliffe City Council,
yes.
and very plugged in, but you are a Hardin County girl.
Well, I thank you, and I take it.
Yes, absolutely.
I thank you, and I take it.
I mean, that is a great compliment.
It is a very great compliment.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
The world that we live in right now, not just our bubble, E-Town, Radcliffe, Hardin County, Kentucky, the United States, the world right now. It is crazy, and we're in it together.
Yes.
We were just talking about that off camera.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, and I wanted to talk about resources, local resources, and your name is always top of mind when it comes to resources, because you dabble, not having anything to do with necessarily how you make your living or any of that. You just have great passion for our community and the people here. So let's chat a little bit about some of the resources you've come across that can help people during this pandemic.
The pandemic, yes. Well, I will say the first thing is the first thing we can do to help everybody as a resource is to gain the compassion again.
Oh, yes.
Gain compassion again, not just for your family, but for the next person, because everyone is affected, like as we talked about off camera. And once we do that, we'll calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we can start to put our heads around what we need to do and what needs to be happening, and not judge.
Yes, I've seen some horrific videos on Facebook and online. I will say that I have not had any negative experiences in our community. I'm sure they're out there, but I think for the most part, people have been very respectful of one another, and we've been very blessed.
We are very blessed, and because of that, we want to keep that.
Yes, we do.
Because we're very uncertain right now as to what the next minute or two is going to look like.
Right.
Everybody wonders what's going to close by 5 o'clock today or tomorrow. But what we want to do is make sure everybody has an opportunity to take advantage of some of the things that are out there.
Right.
Basic living, such as the internet. If you are if you're in the E-Town area, in the southern area, there's Comcast and Xfinity. Contact them, let them know what's going on. And also too, if you're in need of internet access or some things, because you're homeschooling now, things have changed as we know it. So they're offering some free services for those who may not have those things already. So this is a good time to go ahead and check into that again for Xfinity and Comcast. And then if you're a Spectrum user, they have the same services. And those are actually, if you call Charter Communications or Spectrum, you'll be able to get linked up with those services as well.
Great.
They wanted to make sure, because we knew people were going to be teleworking and as well as homeschooling, that they had those resources. And with Hardin County schools and the independent schools, they were sending some things home that required internet access. So this is another way to assist. And parents, we understand a lot of concerns are, my kid on internet, still be parenting, but now you have another resource that'll be able to assist you during this time as we're all trying to figure out what's going on. Talk to KU and LG&E. They have a resource program for them, for anybody's having some difficulties or some hardships, as well as NOLEN.
Yeah, so many people have been laid off.
Yes.
It's terrifying.
It is. It is. And what I'm grateful for is immediately all the particular vendors that we use daily, they jumped right in with an avenue to be able to assist. And I can't stress this enough. Communication. They don't know unless you tell them. Yeah. So they don't know that you don't have internet unless you tell them. They don't know that you're having a hardship paying unless you tell them.
Right.
So I think that early communication is definitely something that needs to be looked into. Don't take hearsay. Just contact them yourself and tell them the situation and go from there.
Right.
I can't go on and on about commending the schools for being so informative every single day on social media. And if you're not following the independent schools and Hardin County HCS on social media, please do so. Tons of resources daily. They're keeping you updated on the changes. If you need help with tutoring, if you need help with anything, because this is food.
Yeah.
The food. Oh, I can't thank enough for them for doing everything for the food.
Yeah.
Yes. They're able to provide for the elderly as well as the children. That is nothing short of amazing. And that just goes to show the leadership there is definitely on point. And we want to just, thank you. John Wright has been very proactive with making sure Facebook Live videos are, and you want to make sure that they know that people are actually watching that. If you see something, share it on social media.
Yes.
I share everything, you know, because the more we know, the better we are.
Sure.
Feeding America, they're in need of adult groups who are looking to be able to assist with them getting some of the packaging done for the backpack program and for the elderly.
And I'm glad that the momentum is still there to keep that going. I guess it's needed more now than ever.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And they said for the next at least the next 2 months, they're going to be needing the staff because they had a lot of younger groups with children and everything, but now they need the adults.
Sure.
So if you're in great health, and when I say that, it's not to mean anything other than, you don't have any type of sicknesses right now, and you're in a physical shape that you want to go in there and do some stuff, come on out there. They need you.
Yes.
They need you.
Our community needs
Our
you.
community. Yeah. Now the very near and dear to my heart, my small business community.
Oh, yes.
I love them.
That was the main reason I reached out to you, because I know you're so plugged in with them. And that is a major area of concern, not just for myself, but for everyone. We want to take care of them.
We do.
What can we do?
The first thing we can do is we can support them. And that can come in a number of ways, because I do understand, and even as a consumer, the one thing that we look at is what does that look like for my wallet, because I'm trying to save, I'm trying to get things together. But even if it's nothing short of, if they have a special, they got the curbside pickup for like a lot of the restaurants that we have, see if you can just stop by and maybe grab a drink or grab a soda or something. Instead of going to maybe one of the larger retailers, look to see if you could put that money back into their pocket.
Gotcha.
I understand the larger retailers and we love them. We're thankful that they're here. But that's the smaller franchises. We really need to support them.
I agree.
Even if it's just a sandwich, you have a choice. I can spend $7 here, or I can spend maybe $5 over here.
Right. Look for that mom and pop shop.
Look for that. Yeah. Buy a gift card.
See, that's
because
smart.
Birthdays are still coming. Birthdays, anniversaries,
they don't stop.
Yep. So, even in this time, you're at home, somebody might just want to say, hey, you know what, I want to just give you a little something. Here you go. Just stop on over here, at XYZ shop. They will appreciate it, and so will we, because you're keeping the dollars in-house.
I like that. That's smart.
Yes, definitely.
Go to those mom and pop shops or send them a message, however they do it, whether it's email or whatever, and buy a gift card or gift certificate. And, some of the smaller places may still do gift certificatives. I don't know.
Some
that is
of
a great
them do.
idea.
Definitely get a gift card. I would even so much as say, hey, if they got a special, because follow your small business community on social media too, because a lot of them have a page of some sort. I've been watching, especially the restaurants, because they're offering the curbside pickup.
Right.
That is awesome for them.
Yes.
So if
they may not all have a website, but they all have a Facebook.
They all have a Facebook of some sort. Yeah. Just pick up dinner that night from there.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the cooking, because the cabin fever, somebody wants to go out of the house to be able to go pick up a meal. So take advantage of the curbside. The other thing I would suggest, just share their specials.
Okay.
Share. I mean, it's okay to share,
Right.
Tell some friends, hey, guess what? Guess who's doing this today? They may be running.
Shared something the other day about, I think it was Dairy Queen.
Yeah. And we, and why not, because again, these are people in business, so they're going to be creative,
right,
in the same sense. But
they are. I saw the other day, and this is what made me start thinking. I was very impressed. They modified their techniques. The coffee shop there in Radcliffe.
Yes, the Gathering Bakery.
Yes, and they have just started doing curbside things and that type of thing, and good for them for being innovative.
You have to be.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to see a lot of, I believe, in this time. And like we were talking about off camera, this is one of those moments where don't look at the negative of what's going on, but look at what you can do to be better. This is a great time to read that book you promised yourself.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yes, I'm like, I promised myself I would read this book. This is a great time for professional development. I see more budding entrepreneurs coming out of this situation than anything, because now you have some time.
Yes.
You may have promised yourself what your New Year's look like. Hey, I'm going to spend more time with my family. Now you will.
Right.
Now you will. Now you have time to check on people.
Yes.
Hey, my neighbor, I now know who they are. I know their first name.
Yeah.
I can borrow sugar if I want to.
Sure.
It takes us out of the monotony of so instantaneously we're getting something, so we just take things for granted.
Right.
So that is huge. I would also even encourage, if you're a small business owner, to look at the small business website, sba.gov.
Okay.
Has tons of resources for disaster relief. Today is actually SBDC, which is a Small Business Development Center, it's their day. They have a day.
Wow.
I didn't realize that.
I did not
I saw
either.
that on
Well,
the
happy
Kentucky
day.
Chamber. I was like, oh, well, happy SBDC Day.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is talking about disaster relief. And there's a checklist of things that small business owners can just go down the list and see what they're doing in their business to kind of help them during this time.
Sure.
Just some different ideas and tips, things they may not have thought about. And just encouraging them. So if you go to the SBA.gov website, you'll get a chance to see that. And then, like I said, we do have the SBDC Center here on Juliana. They are, of course, they're teleworking, but they also have some resources that if you call, they'll be able to route the calls over to them and be able to keep up with that. But we really want to keep them encouraged. And
There's
definitely
so many
support
resources.
tons, and because a lot of them is talking about financial. So if you're talking about financial on the SBA side, they talk about the different loan programs that they're rolling out, lines of credit, things like that, to maybe make payroll or just salvage up some of their vendors to get them over these next couple of months.
Right.
Checking the modifications of loans that they may currently have. This is a great time to do it. Again, no one's going to know unless you check into it.
You do have to be a little proactive.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
you have to ask the questions. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, hey, how can I help you? But if you knock on their door, give them a call. They're going to say, how can I help you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because nobody calls the bill collector. You ever
No.
notice that? We never call the bill collector. We never call the bill collector.
No. We avoid those phone
So
calls.
they have times.
Right.
They're like, really, you called?
Yeah. I've seen some small business stuff online. There's some silly stuff.
Yeah.
I saw where a local sub shop, Barry Saylor, I'll say it.
Yeah.
He is hysterical, and he's
eating
outside in the rain. People are eating outside because they can't eat inside, and he's holding an umbrella over them.
Now you talk about service. You talk about service. He's like, you know what? You can eat with me. I'm here.
That is customer service.
It is customer service. Definitely.
I've seen managers and people who run local restaurants are concerned about their employees.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that. So I know that the government, and I am so ignorant when it comes to these things, but I know that they're talking about different programs to help small businesses, and we'll watch as those things develop.
We are.
I am not 100% savvy on what those are or what they'll look like, because I'm not exactly directly in that realm, but I pray for it. I do. And
that's why I love SBA has been very proactive during this time. Again, I can't plug that site enough, SBA.gov, because there's a lot of information there. Yes, they're going to ask questions, but you definitely want to get yourself in a situation to where you can be okay.
Right.
And that's what we want to promote for the small business community, letting them know that we love them. And even if you can't necessarily spend money, what's a phone call?
Right.
Say, hey, you know what? How's things going? What can I do today?
Yeah, how can I help?
How can I help today? And it's just going back to being just a good old citizen.
Right.
That's all it is.
And I feel like Hardin County, we're neighbors.
We are.
We are a strong community, and it's scary. It is, and I am able to go pretty much business as usual right now.
Yes.
I'm isolated in my office, and all of that. Yeah, but it doesn't really affect me until I go to the grocery.
Yes.
That's when I'm like, ooh.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Those empty shelves, and that is impactful.
It is impactful, and I would just like to encourage people, you don't need all of it.
No.
You don't need all of it.
No.
Share
Maybe
is
just
okay.
get enough for your household for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah, whatever that looks like. I'm like,
your household for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because from what I understand, they're still restocking.
The
stores are restocking.
Every
Granted,
day.
it's going out the door quickly, but it's not
restocking.
that everything's gone. It's not coming back and the doors are shut. They are restocking.
They are every day.
So, yeah.
So let them restock.
You may not get that,
You
sirloin
don't need,
steak you want. You may have to have some ground turkey.
And it's okay.
And it's okay.
You probably needed it.
Right.
Probably needed it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm one, so I'm like, But I was like, you don't need all of it. The whole case of bleach. You weren't cleaning that much before. It's okay. Let's just go back to living.
People panic. I think
Panic
honestly,
looks different.
it's human nature, maybe, because that's something they can control.
Yes.
In all of it, that's something they can control, and
Exactly.
they feel like they're planning and controlling something, and that's what it looks like, I guess.
It is. But I really want to the community to know that we always appreciate the love that we always tend to give out. And just look at how you acted around Christmas time, holiday time. Holiday time is so beautiful for me because I see so much extra giving. And this is one of those times where just look at this as a holiday season.
Right.
I know there's a lot of unknown, but look at it as a season where you just want to be the best you can be. Just look at how
what would Jesus do?
What would he do? I always say that. What would he do?
Right.
You know, if you can help someone, help them. Don't judge them, don't criticize them. Definitely continue to check on those who may have asthma or any of those types of
elderly neighbors.
Yeah, just hey, are you doing okay today? You know, can I take
what do you need? I'm going to the store.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up some eggs. Or you need something?
Sure.
This goes back to being that good old citizen that we were born to be. Just a human.
Southern hospitality.
Southern hospitality.
That's Hardin County.
Yeah. We're humans here, and we're going to embrace that.
And we're family.
We are, and we always embrace with love. I always say, you do so much. Love conquers all. I am a huge advocate for that.
I believe that.
I totally believe it. So
yes,
we make it work.
We do. Well, you know, so there you go, folks. The electric is taken care of. Now, from what I understand, from what I've read, they will not shut you off if you cannot pay.
I have heard that. Yes.
Yes, but eventually you're going to have to pay. I believe they're waiving late fees.
Yes.
Now, if you can pay something because that's going to be a shock to your wallet if you have to catch up later. I don't know how they'll do it, if they'll divide it up or you have to pay bulk. That I don't know. But whatever you can pay, don't neglect it. Pay it if you can.
Exactly. And
whatever
I would just
that
like
looks
to,
like.
And that's what, we're talking about the responsibility of it.
Right.
So we are encouraging you. We're giving you the resources. But you have to be responsible when you go for the resources.
Right.
And
same with water.
Yeah, just make sure you're having that conversation initially so you're not shocked. And then months from now when this is over and you're not on Facebook, bashing the company because you didn't do what you needed to do or didn't understand. So in the midst of panic, we still have to be responsible.
Right. That's a very good point.
We have to do that.
If you can only put $20 on that light bill,
$20 it is.
Put $20 on that light bill, and you can worry about the other 50, 70, 100, whatever, later, but do what you can.
Definitely.
And I am sure, I'm guessing here, but considering how generous these companies are being, I don't think they're going to want to hit you up for all of it all at once when you're just going back into the workforce. But I'm sure they'll work with you, but be responsible. They're taking care of you, you take care of them, and yourself.
Exactly, because they kept your lights on when,
Yeah.
So we have to look at those things and let's see how we all can work together, but definitely get away from hearsay and go and talk to the representatives yourself.
Go straight to the source.
Go straight to the source.
Yes.
I'm an advocate for that. And keep watching. So like I said, I think the social media has been doing well. If you're a newspaper reader, read the newspaper. There's a lot of updates that are coming out.
Yes, they're fabulous.
Constantly.
Yes.
Constantly. Record-breaking news here and there. Quixie is, of course, here. We're trying to make sure that the word is spread.
Yes.
The word is spread.
And the truth.
Truth is spread. Yes.
The people, by human nature, I think people jump on the negative
because it's fun.
Yeah.
Drama is being celebrated more in our country more than anything right now, and I never understand why, but
it's interesting.
It is. It's like if it's drama related, oh my God, this is fun.
That's one thing I found with this. The boss, Steve Wright, and I were talking about this earlier today. That if there is a silver lining,
yes, if there is,
and we, because I'm so Pollyanna by nature, and I've been called that many times. But we, as a society, have just stepped back from each other with our phones.
Yeah.
So now we're being forced to step back from each other, and I really think that people are saying, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
I want to go and have a face-to-face conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go out to eat and not have my phone at the table and have a conversation with the person in front of me, or go visit my family member that I haven't seen. And knowing that you can't will frustrate people. So maybe we'll gain some appreciation.
Yes, I agree.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yes.
Because, look at how much fun we have.
I know. Yeah. I almost died.
Yes, I know.
Tethered. Almost fell off the stage.
But and those are moments we'd miss if we were always on the phone.
I know.
We'll miss that.
See, if we were on a teleconference, you wouldn't have seen me almost fall off the stage.
And miss the opportunity to just, oh my gosh, just to take the load off, just to laugh, just to laugh.
And
so
we need that. We need human interaction.
You do.
So right now, I think we all have to just do what we have to do.
Yes.
Do what the leadership is telling us to do, no matter how that looks, and then get back to our lives that we took for granted, that we all took for granted, like teachers.
Oh my goodness.
Like teachers.
I tell you, I've seen some of the funniest memes.
I know. Homeschooled for 1 hour and I've already got one in detention.
Yeah, one suspended. It's just bad.
Yes. And our medical workers.
Yes. And
I can't even
much
imagine.
prayer to them. Much prayer. Yes. Because that is something. They can't take off.
No.
And they don't want to.
And they're so sympathetic and so on point and
involved.
Yes.
And I said I'm thankful for our healthcare workers.
I'd say go hug them, but you can't.
You can't.
No.
Just give them an elbow.
Yeah, a little toe tap. We had clients do some toe taps.
Toe taps are cute. I think that's a cute idea.
I love it.
Because now the banks have totally, it's drive-through only. Or I guess if you make appointments for certain things you might need.
Right.
So, yeah, we've changed up some stuff.
Yes.
So, the fact, driving now, you're on the road with a few cars. So you have some time to collect your thoughts.
Yes.
And also keep in mind, in this time, there are people who have already been suffering with some mental issues before. Let's have a little bit more courtesy, more sympathy, more patience.
I will tell you, I'm glad you said that because I was in a grocery a few days ago and the lines were exceptionally long and it was very crowded and I heard some loud screams. Just a woman just having a complete and total meltdown. Wow. And I couldn't see, I could only hear, and I thought, is it fisticuffs over toilet paper? What's going on? Well, it turns out that it was a mentally challenged young adult woman who was with her seasoned mother, and she just had a meltdown because there was so many people and it was so crowded. And I was so proud because she came around the corner with her mom. Her mom had a cart full of groceries, and without conversation, without even looking at each other, everyone just opened it up and let them go in front of everyone.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And those are the moments that we have to glean, the positive, because like I said, here's this long line. No one complained. Everyone just immediately stepped aside and let them go straight to the register because they were in need.
They were.
They really were. And that was a beautiful, beautiful moment. Truly. And that is my Hardin County, Kentucky.
That is my Hardin County, Kentucky.
Yes.
That is.
Yes, it gives me
Which I love.
Thinking about it.
Well, I mean, it does because that's what it's about.
Right.
It is just being mindful because when they see large crowds for some, it's very uncomfortable.
She had a complete and total meltdown, and that could be anybody's family member.
It could be.
I was very proud of my friends and neighbors.
Definitely. And that just goes to show you how much we can love.
Yes.
It's possible.
Yes.
It is definitely possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're out of time, girl.
I think we are. Yeah, because something's going off, Emma. But I have it on silent, so we can't hear the little buzz.
Well, we're out of time. So we can sit here forever. I can talk to you forever. We'll probably keep talking. We're just keep talking. I'm Melanie with the Right Legacy Group. This is Tanya Seabrooks.
My pleasure to
all
be here
Hardin
today.
County and Radcliffe
Yes.
City Council. And if you all are in need, give Steve Wright at the Right Legacy a call, and he will talk to you about what to do with those stocks because I know it's scary.
It is.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.